Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for September 23rd, 2024. Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast live. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking about potential Cyclone 9, otherwise going to be known as Helene. Helene is the next name on the list here. We're going to get the current data and location of the system here. And as you can see right now, potential tropical cyclone 9 is in the Northwest Caribbean Sea, traversing past Grand Cayman and Little Cayman. Pressure's down to 1,003 millibars and is moving north-northwest at 6 knots or 7 miles an hour. So this slow movement is going to be one of the reasons also that it's going to continue to have a chance for rapid intensification, of course, as it gets up into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. The waters are very warm here. It's obviously above 82, 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Perfect conditions for this system to intensify. And plus, also, it's minimal land interaction. If it goes over the western tip of Cuba, maybe or not, it's still minimum land interaction there. If it goes over Pinar del Rio, it's still going to be minimal land interaction. So this is going to allow it to rapidly intensify. It is forecast to become a major hurricane. 100 winds over 115, 120 miles an hour as we get into late Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Now, we'll be very curious to see how the speed of the hurricane, does it slow down, does it speed up? But right now, looking at the track of it, it does have it making into that same panhandle region as before. You remember the one that hit close to the Perry, Florida, and Cedar Key? We just don't know what way it's going to turn. It could turn more to the west. It's going to be wobbly depending on, they have a better handle on that. I'm pretty sure the Hurricane Center coming up on when it emerges into the Gulf Wednesday afternoon. So this is what we have. It's going to become a tropical storm here. Should be getting its name probably by the 11 p.m. advisory tonight coming out from the Hurricane Center. It'll become Tropical Storm Helene, or they may wait until the 5 a.m. advisory tomorrow morning. But either way, it's going to be a tropical storm for the next 2 days here, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then it becomes a hurricane as it emerges into the Gulf of Mexico, the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Now, it does keep it right now as a hurricane, as a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane into Wednesday and Thursday. But it's when it makes that jump early Thursday morning, that's when the rapid intensification starts to begin to occur here as it approaches the Big Bend of Florida. And places like Tallahassee, Gainesville, Jacksonville, you guys are going to be on the eastern side, the dirty side of this system, which means the potential for more tornadoes. Storm surge along the coast is higher, obviously. And also we have a chance for heavy rainfall. Now, if it does wobble, and Tallahassee and Panama City Beach and all these guys become on the western side of the system, if it jogs more to the east, kind of like what the other hurricane did before. I forgot the name. I think Beryl was the name. No, it wasn't Beryl. It was one of the hurricanes that came in here. I think it was Beryl. They came in here and more toward Perry and Horseshoe Bay Beach and those areas down there, lesser populated areas. That's possible too. Then that would put Tallahassee and Panama City Beach and those areas on the western panhandle, on the western side, the more weaker side of the system. As the storm is loaded right now, all of the convection is loaded on the eastern side of the system. And so because of that, it's very east side loaded right now. But that's because it's experiencing southwesterly shear. But that shear is forecast to weaken. And that's going to allow it to grow here. You can see the dynamics on the water vapor here. There it is down there. And you can see right now it's getting very better organized here in all 4 quadrants. We have convection going there. Nice deep moisture ahead of it. Now, there is some dry air coming up into the Gulf of Mexico. This is forecast to be moving out the way here with this trough. You see this trough boundary here. It's going to interact with that. So that's why it's going to be more favorable for it, with the shear relaxing, the warm temperatures and everything. Elsewhere in the tropics, we don't have much going on as well. We just have that one system there and as well. So potential tropical storm 9 is going to become Helene, and Helene will be making its way. Now, another thing is going to bring some beneficial rain, though, as it weakens into the central plains here. It's going to bring some beneficial rain to places like Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana that's had experienced some kind of like drought conditions. So it's going to, as it weakens into a depression later on Saturday, Sunday, it's going to bring some beneficial rain into the Tennessee Valley and into the Ohio Valley as well, and in the Mississippi Delta there. So that's good, could be good news for them. But in the meantime, because of the way Florida's shaped there, that shallow coastline, if we get any surge anywhere from Steinhatchee, Florida, Cedar Key, back toward Panama City, surge with a major hurricane like this, if it comes in like a Category 3, let's say it comes in a Category 3 over 130 miles an hour winds, you're talking surge on anywhere in the order of 11 to 15, 16 feet coming into that bay there. To Appalachia Bay. And so that could be something very, very concerning, because the angle the system comes in, if it comes in perpendicular like that, it could be bringing up to 16 feet of surge with it on its arrival. It'll quickly weaken, but there'll still be a Category 1 further inland here, possibly into southern Georgia. So people like in the southern Georgia there, anywhere from Say Valdosta down 319, Thomasville, Adel, Tifton, possibly back toward Bainbridge and Blakely, Georgia. You guys need to keep on the lookout too, because as the system traverses by you, it can still be very well be a Category 1 hurricane, or at least a strong tropical storm with winds up to 70 miles an hour and higher gusts and heavy rainfall. And then finally it'll weaken down to a depression as it crosses into the Tennessee Valley and the upper mountains. And also we're concerned also for the mountains too, because the way it's coming in here, the mountains of eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, there could possibly be some flood watches and warnings issued for this system as it becomes inland later on Friday or Saturday. Two things that are unknown right now is once it gets in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, how much rapid intensification we could experience. Could it go from a Cat 3 to possibly a Cat 4? Possibly. That is possible. Another thing that's unknown is the speed of this, the speed and timing. The intensity and the speed of this system is very hard to pinpoint, because once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it's possible that it could slow down or it could accelerate. If it accelerates, it'll be more capable of staying on that track or bending to the east, like bending to this track here. But if it slows down, then it's possible that they can wobble more toward the west, and that would still put Tallahassee and Panama City Beach on that eastern flank, and also out towards such a big system that people in Jacksonville and Lake City and Gainesville and all that will feel it as well, because they'll be on the eastern side. But it'll put you more in that zone of tropical conditions that you could be experiencing for a longer time. So right now, it looks at this system, the way this timeline is drawn out is that the system will be accelerating, because you look at from 2 p.m. Thursday to 2 p.m. Friday, that's a big gap there. So it will be accelerating, it will be feeling the influences of the great steering currents. But if it should slow down here in the eastern Gulf, there's a chance that this thing could actually intensify even more and come in even stronger than anticipated. So that's two things to look out for in the next coming days in the advisory. So I would say by Wednesday afternoon, by Thursday morning, all preparations need to be made in the Gulf Coast, anywhere from let's say Lake City, Gainesville, Tallahassee, Panama City Beach, and even over towards Pensacola area. You guys all need to be prepared just in case it wobbles and jump like the Hurricane Ivan did. So it's possible that it could wobble. So you need to make your preparations by Thursday morning. Everything should be complete just in case something comes in, because power outages are a certainty. And as well as some minor street flooding up here, and a lot of trees are going to be down because the panhandle was loaded with trees that are not as saturated because they haven't got as much rain up there as they had in a couple of weeks. And so trees will be falling, power will be down, and also there'll be some amount of street flooding inland in some of those areas north of Tallahassee along I-10, 319, those highways that we know of, US 90, 27, US 27 from Perry, Florida, back to Cedar Key, Steenhatchee, Horseshoe Beach. All these areas are going to be dealing with flooding regardless, because you're going to get the rain well in advance of the center coming on shore. And then finally, that storm surge of anywhere on the order from 11 to 16 feet. If it comes in as a strong Category 3, 130, 125 mile an hour winds, so you get storm surge anywhere from 11 to 16. You have to look at the storm surge product for that. But that comes in, that's going to happen as well. So this is just an update. Once again, potential Tropical Storm 9. Cyclone 9 is going to come in as Tropical Storm Helene. Helene is going to be probably updated by 11 p.m. The next update from the Hurricane Center, they'll probably go ahead and name it. You need winds at 39 miles an hour. Right now, the winds at 35. It'll get that probably by 11 p.m. tonight. It'll get its name, Tropical Storm Helene. It stays a tropical storm from Tuesday and Wednesday, but Wednesday afternoon is the critical point. Once it gets past the Bay of Campeche, the Yucatan Peninsula, and into the eastern Gulf, that's the critical point. Does it slow down? Does it turn? Does it wobble? That's going to be the critical point. How fast it's going and how fast does it rapidly intensify Wednesday into Thursday. That's what most people are going to be looking at as well, and that's what we all should be looking at. But either way, all preparations should be made by Thursday morning. For those of you in Tallahassee, Panama City Beach, Cedar Key, Horseshoe Bay, even as far up north, south as Spring Hill, Florida, because you're going to be on that eastern side, which is going to be a lot of rain and wind anyway, regardless of where it actually makes landfall at. So this is an update. I'll come back with you tomorrow when it gets more information. Once again, please prepare. This is going to be a very serious situation. And October is the month. We're past peak of hurricane season, but September and October is the bread and butter of hurricane season, historically speaking. Thank you very much for listening. Talk to you very soon on the next episode.